When you talk about the world's richest country today, many of us might be thinking of countries like US, UK, Russia, China, Dubai, or even Germany. But that is not the case here, because in today's video, we are going to tell you about this little country in size, which has conquered the entire GDP of the above countries, to become the richest and the most wealthiest country in the world. So to you, which country do you think that could be? Well, to me, and to the world at large, that is Luxembourg. Welcome to Highest Luxury, the home of the billionaires. If you haven't subscribed, I encourage you to like and subscribe, and I know you can do that in less than 5 seconds. Thanks for doing that for me. Alright, let's get started. Luxembourg is a country in northwestern Europe, with a population of 632,275 people, and a total area of 2,586 square kilometers, which is equivalent to that of the UK, and some island in US. This country is bordered by Belgium on the western north, France on the south, and Germany on the northeast. Luxembourg has a total underground water view of 17 kilometers, carved out of solid rock, which stand at the top of Luxembourg City. It was built in 1644, and was later rebuilt after 40 years later. Luxembourg is one of the smallest countries in the world, and it has been ruled by numerous nations and royal houses, but since the 10th century, it has maintained its independence as a political entity. This country has 3 languages that are frequently used, which are Luxembourgish, German, and French. Due to its historical significance as a country in Europe, the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg has been shaped both by the cultural and ancestry of several peoples. The most significant groups were the Celts, the Belgic peoples known as the Treveri, the Ligurians, and Romans from Italy. Luxembourgish, also known as Luxembourgish, is the native tongue of the people of Luxembourg. It is a Moselle-Franconian dialect of German that has been enhanced with many French words and expressions. And despite the predominance of foreign influences, Luxembourgers have a strong feeling of national identity. Roman Catholics make up the vast majority of Luxembourg's native residents. Jews, Muslims, and Protestants all combined make up the remaining population. In Luxembourg, a sizable percentage of residents are foreigners. This is mostly due to the continuous labor shortage caused by the extremely low birth rate among native Luxembourgers. The majority of the foreign-born population, which makes up close to half of the total population, are Portuguese, French, Italians, Belgians, and even Germans. Many of the foreign workers are employed by the iron and steel sector, and many more are employed through foreign businesses and international organizations with offices in the country's capital. The development of Luxembourg's service sector at the expense of heavy industry has only hastened the country's long-term internal movement from rural to urban areas. The thriving banking and finance industry in Luxembourg City, in particular, continues to draw immigrants from the rest of the country. The government is attempting to place some companies in rural areas as a result of the growing population concentration in the southwest. About 1/5 of the workforce was employed in industry and in construction companies, while the remaining minor portion is involved in agriculture and other activities. And since Luxembourg is too small to establish a self-sustaining internal market, its economy is renowned for its high rate to the rest of other European countries. However, by the late 20th century, the nation's economic strength was primarily attributable to its participation in international banking and financial services, as well as non-commercial endeavors like organizing inter-European political events, information technology, and electronic commerce. All these played significant roles in the development of Luxembourg's economy in the 21st century, which has made some of the Luxembourgers among the world's leaders today. Natural resources are not particularly plentiful in Luxembourg. In addition to its agriculture not being particularly successful, the 1980s saw the exhaustion of the country's once abundant iron ore reserves. There are no energy resources other than water and timber. Actuality, Luxembourg has very little that makes it conducive to industrial or agricultural development. Instead of natural resources, the use of capital and the workforce's flexibility and innovation were the primary drivers of its economic success. The majority of Luxembourg's energy requirements are imported. The hydroelectricity produced by a number of dams on its rivers, which supplies around 1/5 of the nation's energy requirements, is the only domestic source of power. In Luxembourg, there is a far lower crime of being shot in this country. than anywhere else in the world. One of the most revealing statistics concerning Luxembourg's safety is that there are only 2 jails and roughly 1,300 police officers. Nearly all areas of the Luxembourgish economy make up the majority of non-Luxembourg citizens crossing the border. And today, Luxembourg GDP has grown to a whopping sum of $83 billion since the regime of Xavier Bettel, who is the Prime Minister of Luxembourg, and according to forecasts from the International Monetary Fund, their economy has surpassed that of Qatar, US and Dubai, to become the world's richest country in 2023. And that is it, guys. I hope you liked it. If you did, please make sure to drop a like on the video. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more video upload. Thank you, and see you next time.